Okay, welcome everybody. This is, you guys saw the title of the thumbnail. I believe it's something about starting over or starting from zero. Yeah, so this video is basically about, I'm going back, all the way back to the basics. I'm going back to Neville Goddard, you know. I'm going back to Feeling is the Secret and his first, well, a lecture called Live in the End. It is his lecture in 1968. I don't know what month, I forget, but I just want to hurry up and make this video right now. Because right now I have too much information when it comes to manifestation. There's too much. It literally is like all these things are coming at once. So I'm just going to keep it simple, and we're going to just focus on the basics, just feeling the secret and living in the end. That's it. Simple. That's what I suggest you guys do. We're going to talk about it. I actually have notes from his lecture that he actually said, not some AI slop that people enter Neville Goddard and expect, you know, something, you know. I mean, like, what you know, I mean, like, because I was listening to this Neville Goddard that I was thinking it was his lecture, but it wasn't, because I noticed the words he used, like messages and SP, you know, and I've never heard him say that. And his words were modern, I guess you could say. Even though it did sound like him, it wasn't his words, you know. It was just his voice and some AI generated thing that wasn't correct, you know. Now, okay, so we're going to go into what he says. I took some notes down. So he says this is his exact words that he said. He spoke at Live in the End lecture. Live as though it were true. So this is talking about I guess manifestation and your beliefs, I guess. And he says, live as though it were true. So if I believe it and accept it, well, then I'll live by it. He's talking about manifestations. He's talking about so he's talking about living in the end, you know. Essentially talking about live in the end. So that's what this thing is a conversation about. So live as though it were true. So he, from what I understand from this interpretation, obviously I'm saying it, is, so this example would be, if you want to be a millionaire, I guess, so live inside yourself as if you were a millionaire, okay? And then he continues, so if I believe it and accept it, well, then I will live by it. So I interpret this is, so if I believe I'm a millionaire and I accept it inside, then I will live by it. So essentially, I guess it's just living as a millionaire, yes. And then he also says, all you have to do is to decide within yourself what you want. Now, what would you do if it were true? So an example, he talks about, I guess, a marriage with a girl, I guess. He says, would you wear a ring under one finger, which would imply someone placed it there, one that you admire? Well, then wear it there. But, big but, don't really wear a physical ring. So you pretend, you put it on. He didn't say, well, in this words, he didn't say pretend, but I'm just saying pretend. So put it on as just as though he had placed it there, and sleep feeling that which you are feeling is real. So I guess he's talking about sats. That's what I understand it, you know. He says sleep. So he's talking about feeling. So you feel as if, so obviously if you're a girl or whatever, dude or whatever, just put on a ring like you do every morning as if you were married to your person. And then just imagine the person putting the ring on your finger, essentially, you know? Okay, and then he continues. Certainty is all imagination is Christ. So, okay, certainty is all imagination and is Christ. Therefore, it's our reality. What do you want? He says, what do you want? Ask no man's permission. You only need your own decision. So he says, obviously, what do you want? So you don't ask anybody's permission to get it. You only need your own permission, I guess, essentially. So you need your own decision, you know? Like, you choose if you want the reality that you want, you know? Obviously, the doubts that you have, the negative things, is conflicting with all that stuff that's happening. So just ask yourself, do you want this? You don't need anybody's permission to do it. You only need your own permission. He continues, What do I want now? What would it be like if it were true? What would I feel like if it were true? So essentially, like I said, if you want to be married, the example that he gave is, now, how would it be like if you were married? Like, if it were true, if you were married, like, what would you be doing? Making your husband dinner? Would you be cuddling with him? You'd be like, what would you, because whatever you feel like that you want, I guess, in your stuff, like, essentially that's what it is feeling as if you were married. What would you be doing in a marriage? Would you be making your husband coffee? Or if you're the wife, if you're the husband, would you be waking up, making your wife coffee, or getting up, putting on your wedding ring, I guess, if you choose to be married, waking up your kids, if you have kids, with this person, waking up her happily, kissing her on the forehead, stuff like that. He continues, catch the mood and try to give that mood all sensory vividness of reality, all the tones of reality, then sleep in it just as though it were true. So essentially, yeah, exactly that. So he just says, I guess you do this before sleep. So when you know what you want, remain faithful to that assumption. And the assumption at that moment is denied by your senses and denied by reason. If you persist in it, it will harden into fact. So this is all that I wrote down. You guys should really look up Neville Goddard lectures and actually hear the voices. There's obviously not the AI stuff. There is one thing. If you guys want me to link it down below, I will. I think I will, but I'm not sure if I'll remember for yet. So, but if not, then just look up Neville Goddard lectures. So essentially, yeah. So we're going back to the basics. So live in the end. So essentially, the whole lecture is about living as if you had your life that you want. So if you're a millionaire, you're living as if you're the millionaire. If you have a business that made you a millionaire, so what is your business like? If you choose to have that, if you don't have any vision to being, I guess, if you don't care what your job is, then just imagine just having it, because you don't need to worry about how you get to be a millionaire. There could be a million different ways to be what do you call it, to be a millionaire. There's there's countless ways to become a millionaire. You could win it, you could receive it, you can inherit it, you can make it, you can get it from any other job, and if you don't really care, then just do that. And Feeling is the Secret is essentially the same thing. The book, it's a pretty short book. You could listen to it for free, obviously, on YouTube. I suggest, if you guys don't have the money, then obviously I would suggest buying the books. I think you could buy the lectures, I'm not really sure, but I think the lectures are also written down as well. Neville lectures. I think there's a dude who compiled everything. I remember somebody talking about it, so there might be that too. But I'm returning back to the basics. I'm going back to the very beginning, because there's too much information out there. If you're struggling, because I am currently struggling right now, haven't manifested everything. I'm confused. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm watching all these fucking other YouTuber people, and I'm sick. I'm sick and tired of all this information. Is kind of repeating the same thing, but it's different and not different. And so I'm just gonna go back to the person who brought it together for me, that I understand it from, is Neville Goddard. Just going, Feeling the Secret, and his lecture, Living in the End. I think that's all you really need, to get your stuff, to get your manifestations. Because to me, he kind of explains it pretty plainly to me. He gives examples, like he talks about in the lecture, I guess, on Living in the End, that because his family essentially got, I guess, business for free that they didn't pay for at all. Some guy, I guess, because I guess his dad, Joseph, got scammed by somebody or something. I don't know, his business fell apart or something. I forgot what the thing is, but he talks about how his father didn't want to get revenge. The best revenge, I guess, is just succeeding. So I guess I think he talked about his father, I think. He says the building that they got taken away from him, he just saw his name on the building. Whatever feeling that he had, I'm guessing that, yep, he owns the building, that's his business or whatever, that he owns the building essentially. And obviously his name is on the building, whatever his name is. Goddard, I guess, maybe. If that's his father's last name, I don't really know. I'm not sure if Neville Goddard's name is either his I guess, his pen name or his actual name. Because obviously you guys know about authors, they don't use their real last name, for privacy, they use their pen name. You know, that's what it's called. So his father imagined that, I think he did it 2 times a day for 2 years. Just every time he would pass by the thing, he would just look at the building and imagine his name being there. Like he would do it, I guess, twice a day or whatever. Whenever he would see it. He did that for 2 years. Essentially, that's what his father said. And then I think Neville Goddard's brother or his uncle or something, I think it was his brother, he met somebody and he's talking about, I guess he's going to this, he went to because I guess the building is for sale, and he goes to the building and he's just looking at it and seeing how much it is, you know? And obviously he doesn't have any money, he doesn't have a nickel to his name. This is what Neville Goddard said, he didn't have a nickel to his name. And he goes to this place and he's looking at the price and he says how much it is. And then some guy approaches him and says, basically, I'll make a long story short, says, hey, I want to buy this building for you. Like, his father did something he just imagined him having. He didn't imagine the outcome. He just imagined his name on the building. That's it. Living in the end. He lived as if he owned the building. And this guy came out of nowhere, talked to his Neville Goddard's brother. I think it's his brother or uncle. I don't know, but obviously it's Neville Goddard's family because he's part of that family. And he essentially says, hey man, I want to buy this building for you. I have the money. I just need your signature. And he talks to his father. I need your father's signature, you know, and then just give me 6% of your I guess earnings or whatever for 10 years. And then that's it. Just give him 6%. This guy came out of nowhere, told him to sign a contract. He talked to his father. So let me wire my dad. Let me talk to him and tell him about this. And he talked to him because the guy thought he was joking. You know, he's like, no, are you joking? He's like, no, I'm serious. Like, because obviously anybody who did that, you think you're joking. That's literally what he said. No, you're joking, right? He's like, no, I'm serious. And essentially, he didn't have any money to his name, and he said not a nickel to his name. And he gave him that business. He gave him the whole building. He bought the whole building from him, just because he wanted to. Now, this is how Neville Goddard says. He talks about it in things like, this is not some fiction. It's not something. It's something that happened to his family. So he knows that it's true. He's telling you from his experience, you know, because obviously it's not him, but he understands that, I guess, the law of assumption, or because he talks a lot about God and Christ. He references the Bible a lot in his lectures, which I do like too, you know. Like I love those lectures that he references God, you know. He literally talks about how all his dad did was look at a building and just imagine it was his, with his name on it in the front, because that said to him that he owned the building. You know, that's all. Like his feeling, you know, the way that he felt. It's like, okay, this is my building. And then I don't know what he imagined after that, but that's what he said. He could have done other things too. We have no idea, but he said he did it for 2 years. You know, and I think essentially, I'm just going back to literally just going back to basics, man. Lady Gaga, she just did that mantra. I don't know what else she did. She probably did other things too. But it's just showing examples of manifestation, you know. And for me, I guess that's good. Well, I have kind of my own mantra that I made out of what Lady Gaga said. Now it's in my manifestation notebook that I have here. Okay, so my mantra is, let's see. Content creation is my life. Content creation is my life. The fame is inside of me. The wealth is inside of me. The popularity is inside of me. The success is inside of me. I am the #1 YouTube, Twitch channels for gaming and gooning, you know. So I am the #1 YouTube and Twitch channels for so I should put I have the #1 YouTube Twitch channels for gaming and gooning. But yeah, but you guys know what it is, you know. Like it's a mantra that I've been saying now. And also too, I'm going to focus about living my life as well, you know, because all the quotes that Neville Goddard has that I have is just feeling it real, believing it, because obviously the quote that I have in my room, well, yeah, in my house, is the Neville Goddard quote that I don't have in here, but essentially it's pray and believe you have received it, you know. Like I forget the exact quote, but just praying and then just believing, and then just that's it. Cool, I have it. And just believing in God that is going to give it to you. So essentially that's all that it is. Obviously I said the quote a bunch of times in my other videos, but we're going to just leave it there, I guess, for that, you know. Because right now I'm super distracted right now, man. Like, I guess whatever, but it's fine. Obviously you guys are here. I've changed my name to Manifesting Me. So that's the name of my channel now, you know, because I am manifesting me, you know. It's a new thing that I'm doing, you know. Obviously you guys saw the new banner, you know. And I do understand that I'm still not getting any views, which it's okay. You know, I understand that. And this is not gonna discourage me, you know? Because I know that God, I guess, nothing's impossible, you know? My channel could pop off, and if I have an inspired action to make another one, then I'll make another one, you know? Because I was thinking about making another one, but I'm like, nah, I don't want to, you know? Like, to me, it's too much tiring, you know? Because I really don't want to make another channel, man, doing all this other stuff, because my phone broke, you know? And I know that's a bridge of incidents, I guess, you know? But it's like, whatever, you know? Like, I really don't care, you know? Like, I'm focusing on just making content like this and learning. Like I said, I'm literally back to basics right now. I'm back at zero, just Neville Goddard, and that's it. I'm just doing those two things, just feeling the secret and living in. I'm going to be studying those books, reading them over and over again, listening to them over and over again. I'm going to buy the books, you know? That's all that I'm doing, you know? That's all that I'm doing right now. And right now I'm just going to focus on my YouTube channels and making money. That's it. And I guess at the same time, I want to manifest my person. I guess just one person, I guess, just one of my persons, you know. Let's get focused on that right now, you know. Let's get focused on that. Okay, so if you guys are... Okay, so I'm going to end the video here. Because right now there's some person running around playing copyright music right now, some dude, for whatever reason. And I'm going to try to find another place to film for my next video, you know, where there's no noise anywhere. So I might go more down that way. I guess we'll see where I go, but yeah, this is the end of the video. So I'm just going back to basics. I'm going back to Neville Goddard. You know, I'm just going back, you know, and obviously this channel, you know, like hopefully this kind of helps you guys out a little bit. You know, I would say study Neville Goddard, because he's the original, I guess, father of manifestation, I guess you could say, because he brought it more to light, you know, because he brought the awareness to it more. So I'm just studying those two books. Well, the book and then the lecture, you know. The lecture is about an hour-ish long, but the book's about, like, I think 30 or 40 minutes. You guys should for sure study those things. Listen to them over and over again, you know, because I'm pretty sure you won't get it the first time. And to take notes. The things that I suggest to do is listen to them first and don't take any notes, and then after that, you know, and then start taking notes after, you know. So yeah, so thank you guys for, you know, coming to watch this video. It's Manifesting Me. This is my new channel name. And yeah, because I don't care anymore about how my videos look or anything like that. I don't care about anything else, you know. If I'm looking around, it's just a habit that I have, you know. Like I don't care anymore, you know. Like I'm gonna get my desires, like no matter what, man. Like no matter what, you know, because this is maybe this is my breaking point. I'd probably be saying again, you know, but I'm just tired of just living a life that I don't have. I'm doing the techniques and all the kind of stuff. Essentially, that I'm doing, you know, I'm doing all the techniques and I'm not going anywhere, you know. So that's why I'm going back to zero, back to the basics, back to the very beginning, you know, of manifestation area. Just doing those two things. Essentially, that's all you guys need, man. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna talk about, you know. Okay, so thank you guys I appreciate you guys watching the video. This is for future me, I guess, you know. And we're just gonna, yeah. You guys have a great day.